guys, welcome to my channel. We're going to be watching Legends of Tomorrow Season 1 Episode 3. This is called Blood Ties. If you would like to follow me on Twitter or like to watch the full reactions over on my Patreon, links are down below. Let's get into this episode.
Louis Snart, convicted of larceny.
Oh, this guy again.
You and your entire family are criminals.
Things are complicated with family.
The Lazarus pit brought me back, but it left me with this need to kill.
You're Priestess Chiara, I'm Prince Khufu, and we're lovers. I know you both the way.
Oh, guess you're gonna be waiting longer now, aren't you?
Well, I say we kick Savage's ass for Carter.
For Carter.
Still can't believe they killed him, like, right away.
Who are you?
Oh. He tried to go way back in time.
To kill you.
We've arrived in Leipzig, Germany, the most current location for Vandal Savage.
Carter! Please, Carter!
He's gone, Ken. I'm so sorry.
Gideon, turn that bloody noise off!
Yes, Captain.
What happened? The soldier appears to have had a complication.
Oh, yeah, I know, but what kind of complication?
How could you leave him?
Is
What?
Medbay gave her a sedative, but obviously her condition is worsening.
Well, she can't die. You need
The dagger
her.
have apparently broken off and are, as we speak, en route to her heart.
Can't we just time jump into the future where they got the stuff that can fix her?
This ship is from that very same future and has thus far been unsuccessful in saving her.
Kendra wouldn't survive the time jump anyway. I pay attention.
But the mission is simple. We stop Vandal Savage here in the past, and we save the future.
Simple don't mean easy, Captain.
Oh, I never said it was. The benefit of being a time master is that the length and breadth of history gives one perspective. I've seen men of steel die and dark knights fall, and even then I accomplished my mission no matter what.
When the Wave Rider was attacked by Kronos, the jump ship was damaged. Unless you make repairs, we will be unable to...
Wait. Jump ship?
It's a small expeditionary vessel at the belly of the Wave Rider. You're a mechanic. You have a look at it.
Auto mechanic. Spaceship. Okay, if you got a set of wrenches, I'll see what I can do.
What about the rest of us? Do we just sit?
Capital idea, Mr. Rory. You're not nearly as thick as most people say.
You don't actually have a plan, do you? And that speech wasn't about convincing us. It was about convincing you. Didn't work, did it?
Not particularly, no. Hence my desire to be alone.
Back at the weapons auction, Savage was trying to sell his nuke.
Money is power.
Take away Savage's fortune, and he's just a regular guy with a really long lifespan.
It certainly would set his plan for world domination back a few decades.
So, where does Vandal Savage keep his money in 1975?
The broken knife fragments are moving through her circulatory system. And if you'll notice these, they're closing in towards her heart.
Jeez, that's a lot.
Fragments are minuscule. Even the ship's technology isn't capable of neutralizing.
Well, he can go in.
Fortunately, there's a technology on board that is.
Or has he got the...
I can shrink down, slip into her bloodstream, and use the photon cannons to vaporize the knife fragments.
You'd be pushing the suit's limits. We should run some tests, make sure this is the best plan of action.
This isn't the Ivory Tower, Professor. We don't have time.
Listen to me, Raymond.
I'm not your student anymore.
You were never my student.
Just because you don't remember me?
If you had been my student, I'd have taught you the principles of using scientific analysis, not this bravado.
There isn't time. I'm going in.
You can't go in there without backup.
Look, I brought you all with me under false
Look, if you die, then they're stuck there
would still
for
be
good.
alive if I hadn't have convinced him to come.
No one's on the ship that doesn't want to be here.
But I can't risk the whole team.
Fine, just me. And if it helps, I'm not giving you a choice. I'm going with you to that bank.
Somebody say bank.
Your services aren't required, Mr. Snart. This is purely reconnaissance.
We know how to case banks. We're practically bankers. Except we take the money out.
Yes, and when I need someone to steal something, you'll be the first to know, I assure you.
Isn't that what you're doing, though? Aren't you stealing his fortune?
Bored being stuck on this tin can. When I get bored, I make bad decisions. No. We're all on the same side here. My hot-headed friend and I just want to be helpful. You should have let me punch him. Yeah, then we wouldn't have gotten this.
Oh, God.
You ready?
Let me guess, they're gonna make a little trip.
All right. Where am I headed?
You're exiting the tracheal artery. You should see the first fragment.
No sign of it. Did I miss it?
It's the size of an iceberg. It seems highly unlikely that you could miss it.
That's probably what they said on the Titanic. I think I found it. Looks like all
Wasn't
those years
he
of
in the
playing
movie
asteroids did not
Titanic?
pay off.
I believe he was.
Her vitals are improving. It seems to be working.
Oh shit, oh shit. Okay? You sure you're okay?
More fragments. I'm losing core containment. Plumb your course out of here. Now!
Yeah, you don't want him to, become big inside of her, because that would be gross.
There are records here referring to something called the Vessel.
We have a problem.
Yes, I know. None of Savage's funds are in this bank. I'm working on locating this vessel, but I'm not sure if I'll do so before our new friend.
What's her problem?
To kill us. The receptionist had a silenced Beretta under her desk. The guards, South African mercenaries. You can tell by the initiation burns on their neck. And our new friend here has calluses on his right hand, consistent with being a Kuroda-trained swordsman.
How do you know?
Because I have the same calluses, which means they've probably figured out that we are not Rockefellers who just came into their inheritance.
Oh, don't be so alarmist. Calluses are hardly definitive proof of anything.
Listen to her.
They made us.
Okay, interesting people to run a bank.
Have to take our business elsewhere.
I thought I specifically said no weapons.
You can thank me later.
Yeah, she's got some bloodlust. She's gonna do some killing. I mean, there's no reason they would have shown that in the previously on if they weren't gonna bring it into this episode.
How many knives do you have?
Just be grateful she has them. Stab him! Oh shit. There's the blood. Let's kicking in.
Didn't get anything from the computer. We need him alive.
Ooh, that was close. That was close. The bloodlust almost took over there. I mean, I guess it did take over, but she was still able to stop.
What the hell happened back there?
You know I'm a killer. That's why you put me in your little group.
I didn't witness just a killer at work, Sarah. What I saw was an animal.
You were the last person on this ship to judge anyone.
This is not judgment, Sarah. It is concern.
I thought you knew how I was resurrected and what it did to me.
I know you were restored by something called the Lazarus Pit.
Well, apparently there's a downside to being brought back to life. My friend Thea calls it a bloodlust. I'm a monster.
No, you're not.
How'd you know so much about it? Little thing called an instruction manual. Did you read the part about how to fly this thing? Maybe. Why?
Yeah.
We're gonna take a little sojourn to Central City. There's a priceless jewel that needs to be freed from captivity. You want me to help you steal something? Nah, man, I'll pass. Not exactly asking, Jax. Wow. Carter is dead. Kendra is this close to joining him, and Vandal Savage is still alive and out there doing God knows what. And all you can think about is stealing some diamonds? Nah. I'm not helping you guys steal anything. So if you want to shoot me, then shoot me. Can I shoot him? You got a pair on you, kid. I respect that. So no shooting. Look, you don't actually have to help us steal anything. We just need to get to Central City. We'll be there and back before anyone knows we're even gone. Man, even if I wanted to help, and I'm not saying that I do, this thing's got a security lockout. We need an access key. You can't tell me you don't want to see what this baby can do.
I believe
Y'all so dumb. They've already seen like the slightest thing you can do when you change history, and now they're gonna go do this. It's still a stupid emerald.
Vandal Savage. Is that the name you know him by?
Let's assume so, yes.
And what is your name? Karib.
Will you give us a moment?
Karib.
It's a legend passed down for 4,000 years. When my master was first bestowed the gift of eternal life, an enemy tried to kill him. Every myth has its monster, its devil. For those of our order, it's him, the Karib.
Stop talking now if I were you, mate.
If I were you, I'd run. Your friend has already failed to kill my master once. He won't be able to protect you. In fact, I highly doubt he's ever been able to protect anyone.
If you want us to do this...
Yes, okay, yes. I had the chance to kill Savage once before. I had him dead to the rights, and I hesitated. The man killed my wife and son, and God knows how many other wives and sons, and yet I couldn't... Killing people doesn't make you a monster, Sarah. But having the chance to avenge your family and not taking it, that does.
So they're not even going into a different time. They're still staying in 75.
The vessel is my master's most treasured possession.
Excellent. And where can we find it?
The Grey Hill building. There's a gathering tonight in celebration of it.
And clearly you want us to go so we can get ourselves killed.
Clearly.
What is the vessel?
It's the remains of Prince Khufu of the Middle Kingdom. I believe you know him as Carter Hall.
What is Savage going to do with Carter's body?
Well, there's only one way to find out, isn't there?
I won't let Carter's remains be desecrated by that monster. I won't let him win again. And when Kendra wakes up, and she will wake up, she can give her soulmate a proper farewell.
Then let us at least go in with the rest of the team.
Yeah.
Gideon?
Sir, Mr. Smart, Mr. Rory, and Mr. Jackson are no longer aboard the ship.
Oh.
That's what I call a clean heist.
And thanks for not setting the museum on
they
fire,
just got caught.
partner, and you. Thanks for being our getaway driver.
Speaking of, let's get the hell back to the ship.
Oh, one more stop.
What are you talking about, boss?
1629 Hadley Avenue.
What's on Hadley Avenue?
It's where he grew up. That's why you wanted to steal the Maximilian Emerald.
Mick, enough.
You wanted to give it to your old man so he wouldn't go to jail trying to steal it for himself.
Your father was a thief too?
And unfortunately, not a very good one.
Didn't Rip say
Why
something
would he
about
help
not
him?
messing with the timeline?
You could accidentally blink yourself out of existence. You're screwing with history here, man.
Yeah, well, history screwed with me first.
Come on, you can do this. Believe you can do it.
I know how it feels. What? To have a crisis of confidence, as unlikely as that might seem, I know. It was 2002, I was teaching quantum mechanics, and I had one particularly gifted student. He was able to solve the Ehrenfest theorem in less than an hour. He was, quite frankly, the only student in all my years of teaching who ever made me feel inferior. That student
him?
was you. You were exceptional.
And suddenly, just like that, you remember having me in your class.
I always remembered. I just enjoyed taking you down a peg or two.
Why tell me now?
Because I cannot for the life of me reconcile that cocksure student I remember with the man who believes he doesn't have what it takes to save Miss Saunders' life. Who did you lose, Raymond?
My fiancée, Anna Loring. She was killed 2 years ago in the Stirling City siege, right in front of me. I couldn't stop them. I couldn't do anything. My leg had been broken. I couldn't get to her. I could only watch as they broke her neck. I built the suit because I promised myself that night that I would never be powerless to save anyone again. So when that fragment broke free and damaged my suit, I panicked.
You couldn't save Anna. But you can save Kendra. I believe it. I believe in that student. I just need him to believe it too.